Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back to day 47 of the Hunt-A-Day. We are still in Rise, and I realized that very early on I did a video of Tetranodon when we fought it in a multiplayer group, but I never actually did any of the other yokai monsters from Monster Hunter Rise, so I wanted to take a couple days and go over those. And so today we are fighting a Bishaten. If Tetranodon is Monster Hunter's take on a Kappa, then Bishaten is Monster Hunter's take on a Tengu, and I really like it. I think I like his subspecies a little bit better than I like the main one, but I still really enjoy Bishaten. I think he's a cool fight, and was one of the more interesting early game fights in Monster Hunter. That's not true. Monster Hunter Rise had a lot of early game, really interesting fights, but Bishaten was definitely one of them. His whole gimmick, besides moving around on his tail, which he uses to spin around and propel himself through the air, is that he has a marsupial-esque pouch that he stores a bunch of persimmons in, and they have different status effects for some reason. There are poison fruit, there are these fruit that he cracks open and they make a flash bomb effect for some reason, paralysis fruit, and then just big ones that he hucks at you and it just kind of knocks you over. And his whole gimmick is weaponizing these fruit, and I really think that that's an area that Monster Hunter does not capitalize on enough, is monsters using tools. Every now and again we get a monster who will rip up chunks of the ground and huck it at you, or will use a tree as a weapon or something like that, kind of like Banbaro or the Rajang tree. But it's very rare that we get monsters who intentionally use tools and weapons against the hunter. And I would love to see that kind of be a niche that further ape-like monsters take in the future, if any more get added. In terms of aesthetics, I really like Bishaten. He's got a very pleasing color palette. I like his design and the almost monk-like robes that he has with just the way his feathers are placed. I think it's really cool, and I just like funny monkeys, and he's definitely one of them. He reminds me a lot of Kechawacha, just in his build and energy and acrobaticness. And when I first saw him in the Rise marketing material, I was kind of hoping that Kechawacha was going to be back because of him. But alas, he was not. Now, in terms of him returning in Wilds, I don't think so. I think any of the Monster Hunter Rise yokai monsters are going to be very unlikely to come back for a while, just because they're very tied to that, very Japanese-inspired aesthetic, and I don't think Wilds is going for that, so I don't think we're going to see him in Wilds, maybe in an expansion, depending on what kind of vibe they go for there. But I would say for right now, I think 0 out of 10 for Bishaten to show up again in Wilds. But I think there is a better chance of him coming back in a future game, maybe another anniversary title or something like that, so I'll put him kind of in the middle, like a 5 or 6. I think he's also kind of held back because he was not as popular as some of the other yokai monsters in Rise. He's no Gosharag, he's no Aknasome. Speaking of Aknasome, this fight ends with a little bit of a preview for tomorrow. And Aknasome decided to join in the fight, and because of that, I tried to use it to end the fight, and you can see how that goes. Yeah, that is where I'm going to be ending the ramble for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Please stick around until the end if you can. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't. And until next time, I'll see you next time.